IndyCar 25, 26, 27, whatever number you want to throw at it, uh, it doesn't need to be made. An IndyCar game that focuses on one sole season has very little purpose or demand in the gaming market. Many tracks that make up the IndyCar schedule are unknown, would be a waste to build as gamers avoid narrow, difficult tracks, and that is what IndyCar is right now. It's also the reason everyone goes to Spa and Monza on iRacing, but the hard tracks are empty. People want to enjoy a game, and easy is more fun. The formula for making a good American open wheel series game is not to build the same game that NASCAR gets and Formula One gets. Those championships are larger and have a following through the entire year. If iRacing were to build an American open wheel game, they need to go look back at Dave K's first game. That's the thing that matters to IndyCar. Without it, IndyCar wouldn't be around. Make me an Indy 500 game. So I know the very first thing that you're saying right now is how do you make a racing game with only one track and race? That's not what I'm asking for. Other tracks that iRacing already has data on can be included, as well as tracks IndyCar may not go to or may have in the past, and even fictional tracks. But the main focus of the game, the main selling point of the game, should be the Indy 500 and the player's journey attempting to make the race, the key factor here, year to year, and win the race a record amount of times or once, if at all. Imagine a game in which you can start out at any era in the Indy 500 and just run the Indy 500 year to year if that's what you want, or have a fictional open wheel series through the years, as we know that IndyCar and the Indy 500 and kart, USAC, lots of drama around that. So I think you would have to take the series and make it American open wheel. Otherwise, there would be too many legal hurdles going back in time. That would be a very good way to take IndyCar and put it in front of gamers. You get the track changing through the years. So Indy is going to go through changes as you go back through the years. And as you're racing up from wherever you choose to start, the stands change, the infield gets built out, the surface changes over and over and over, the cars and the speed change as you go, and the rules of getting into the race change, as well as the lineup of drivers you're competing against for those 33 grid spots. That is the game that they need to build. Start off with what iRacing already has, 2007 to 2024. That's 17 years of gameplay that could be base content with fictional seasons built out from other assets they already have, along with fictional street courses, and to replicate that current phase of IndyCar right now. From there, they could build DLC that could be produced to introduce eras before this, creating a long-lasting game and income for it. I feel that this type of game, built out over the years rather than a yearly rehash of one season after another, could make a much more enjoyable game for gamers. You could even allow users to decide on if they want a balanced fictional season, oval only season, or random year-to-year changes that the computer does. But the big focus should be, as it is in real life, the Indy 500. The weeks leading up to it, the battle to make it, and then the fight to win it. To me, that's the game people really want. The problem is, I doubt IndyCar would go for that because they want to be more than just one race. But if you're going to make a game that is going to introduce new fans to your series, You have to make an enjoyable, relatable game. And the 500 is the thing that everyone already knows. Creating that history that you can play through will only help take knowing the name to understanding what it actually means. Imagine starting the game, picking the year that you want to start racing, and beginning your career with a low-level team. Your goal in, say, 2008 is just to make the field. You spend practice after practice working on getting those 4 laps down, providing feedback to the crew and testing the changes that they've made based on your feedback. But any crash or incident through this testing sets you back, and you may have to go into qualifying weekend with an untested change and a lot of hope. Qualifying and bump day comes, and now it's about setting a time. A wreck will end your chances. You have all the pressure on you to go fast, but safe, and you're still just out. The clock is ticking as simulated runs happen, and now it's your final chance to give it all because there's nothing to lose. You just eke your way into the 500. Just that alone would be an amazing experience in a game. But now you have to go do the race. And the better you perform, the more chances you have of getting a better ride for the following year. To me, that would be an amazing game. And maybe I'm alone in this, but that, I think, is what they need to do. I believe that is the type of game that you need to create for such a small series. The Indy 500 is huge. The Indy 500 is one of, if not the biggest race in the world. But the IndyCar Championship is nothing. So I think you got to focus on the 500 and forget about the rest of the championship. So that's my idea. Probably will never happen, but man, how awesome would it be to go through the eras and race the old bricks, those long old races, just trying to win the race over year after year. Online racing, you could have a league that just does the Indy 500 every week through the eras. It would be such a good game. But sadly, I think IndyCar sees what F1 has and says, well, we want that. We want to copy that because lots of people play that, and that's what we want. And I think that's just going to take them down the wrong path. So hopefully someone at iRacing likes this idea and someone can convince IndyCar to do it this way, because I think it's much better than a seasonal game. It gives you that dynasty mode that college football has. It gives you just building up and going through the eras, going through the history. It would just be awesome. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are, because I think it's a great idea. I've been wanting to make this video for a while. Finally had time. So let me know what you think. And would that be a game you would buy? Or would you rather just have one season with the same tracks and you do that season over and over and over again? Yeah, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching.